Good day sa inyo lahat. Ito po ay si RichieRich from the Guild of Near Protocol Philippines at we will talk about Near Academy ulit. At ngayon ay nasa chapter 2 na tayo. Sa mga hindi pa nakakapanood ng chapter 1 at hindi nakasubaybay sa videos ng Near Protocol Philippines, maaaring pumunta sa aming YouTube channel upang mapanood lahat ng aming updates at sa chapter 1 ng Near Academy. So let's start. So ito ang chapter 2 ng Near Academy entitled Key Concepts of Web3. Ang difficulty nito ay 2/5. Estimated reading time is 8 minutes. So simulan natin dito sa isang magandang infographics image nito. My dear friend, I've known you for a long time. Aren't you bored of your job at Soga? These social gaming companies are so 2020. LOL. I heard from Marco there was a job opening at the new meme museum in Rio de Janeiro. What an awesome opportunity. Memes are such a fascinating form of collective expression. This is so future anarchism. That looks cool. The museum is new and you'd like to learn more about them. Nowadays, most jobs are filled and found via the decentralized marketplace, the Centra job, the DApp that replaced Upwork back in 2025. Let's have a closer look. We'll start by looking at the main component of Web3 itself for reference to when you write a code. So bali sa sinabi dito na merong nagkakaroon na job opening sa bagong new meme museum sa Rio de Janeiro. At ayun, meron dito magandang opportunity. So tingnan natin kung anong klaseng job opportunity yung makikita natin dito. Distributed ledger. The distributed ledger or blockchain is the backbone of the network. This is where states are publicly stored. So, ang distributed ledger o ito ang tinatawag natin na blockchain. Ito nga ang backbone or dito nakaasa ang buong network at dito nakataya. At itong distributed ledger na to, dito naka-store lahat ng networks at lahat ng ating transactions doon. So, validator nodes or servers provide computation services and security to the network. In permissionless networks, anyone is free to run a validator node following set of requirements that are specific to this network. So, validator works ay isang computation services and security sa isang network na gumagamit sila ng mga hardware device upang ma-run nila, upang maging isa silang validator node. Execution capabilities. Custom code is directly deployed to the blockchain and be called by users. Validator nodes take care of execution and any interaction with the code are then saved on the blockchain. Permissionless protocols allow anyone to use the network as they want. Run a validator node, create an account, and interact with the network. Users of these networks cannot be barred on account of geography, income, gender, orientation, or a host of other social demographic factors. Value and digital assets can be transferred cross-border, quickly and efficiently anywhere in the world. The power of permissionless access cannot be overstated. So yun nga. Sinasabi nga dito na custom node ay directly deployed sa blockchain at tinatawag ito ng users na validator node sa isang execution. At ang isang kapangyarihan na permissionless access ay hindi ma-overstated. And permissionless blockchains like Near use rules that are programmatically open and fair rather than subjectively imposed by a single entity. Everything is fully verifiable through the blockchain. No central entity or government has the ability to shut down sites and services because these are operated through a network of independent participants via consensus. So, yun nga, more or less, ang Near ay isang permissionless blockchain. May sariling blockchain na Near at isang open sa lahat na na nandito naka-impose sa single entity. Yun lang. New mental models. A typical web applications program using a client-server structure. The user application. The user clients provide services through an off-site server hosted by a third party. Applications are usually broken into logical called tiers, where every tier is assigned a role. Through many variations are possible. The most common structure is the three-tiered representation. Presentation front-end, application back-end, and storage database. Ang naging presentation, syempre, ang front-end, ang mismo naging application ay ang back-end, at ang storage ay mismo ang database. Decentralized application or dApps follow the same structure overall. The only difference is the back-end gets enhanced by connecting it to public Web3 infrastructure. The front-end and the storage can be integrated in dApps just like in any other apps. So, sinasabi nga nito, dahil nga backend ay ang application ay ang backend. So, ang sinasabi na backend na ito ay ang decentralized application or we call it dApps na nakakonect ito sa public na Web3 infrastructure. In a dApp, security and access are provided by the cryptography, public or / private keys rather than username and password or OAuth. This approach is also called passwordless identification. Users keep their identity through dApps rather than having a different one in each or rely on third-party identity management. Yun nga. Ang dApps ay dahil nga maganda security na dApps, it doesn't need any password identification. Ito ay passwordless identification or doesn't need a identification upang makapasok ang mga users sa dApps niya. So coming from Web 2 and Web 3, ito ang pinagkaiba ng Web 2 at Web 3. As you can see, magkaiba sila sa mismong kanilang server dahil ang Web 3 ay nakakonect sa blockchain. Ang client server nito ay mismo blockchain. Sa front-end, parehas sila JavaScript front-end. Ako yung front-end. And ang back-end nila sa Web3, dito sa near ay pwedeng multiple back-end stacks just like Web2 at pwedeng Rust and assembly stream on your blockchain. Security, ang Web2 ay gumagamit ng username or password or authentications. Sa Web3 naman ay gumagamit ng centric key pairs, public and private keys. Yun nga. Dahil nga, ito ang kinagandaan sa Web3 na mas secure siya dahil kahit hindi mo kailangan ng two-password authentication or kahit mahabang password, as long na itago mo lang ang public and private keys mo, maaari mo na makit at masecure ang iyong accounts. Yan ang sinasabi nilang passwordless identifications. So, ang servers nito ay AWS/GCP/Azure. Ang server Web3 ay almost the same na AWS, GCP/Azure plus consensus. Ang key performance nito ay fast, cheap, data is native. Ang Web3 naman ay unassailable, permanent, money is native. Yun. So for users, access to open web is based only on a private key, which is used to unlock all dApps and services on the blockchain. Users access and interact with dApps with a browser just like any other app. This makes it easy for them to switch, and dApps offer many improvements to the user experience. Identification is done only once for access across dApps. Ownership of personal data remains in users' hands at all times. Interactions are opt-in by default. Payment and exchange are handled just like any other action. Behind the scenes, the framework connecting users with digital services is slightly different with the DApp. Considered all the possible aspects of an application that may be decentralized. Back-end software, application logic, front-end software, and data storage. Ang back-end, Application logic. The backend of a dApp is just same of any other app, except that it's connected to the blockchain for at least some of its services like access control, storage, transaction, and balances or programmatic guarantee of agreements between users. So, dito naman sa dApp, pinagkaiba, parehas lang siya ng any other applications o kung familiar kayo, syempre familiar kayo sa web browsers. Ganun, parang ganito rin ang dApps, kaso yun nga lang, nakakonect ito sa blockchain at ang mga services nito kapag gumagawa ka ng transaction or nag-store ng transaction, syempre, and any other balances within the blockchain. Front-end web user interface. The client-side interface of a dApp can use standard web technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc. This allows a traditional web developer to use familiar tools, libraries, and frameworks. Interactions within the blockchain, such as signing messages, sending transactions, and managing keys, are often conducted through the web browser via an extension such as the Near wallet. It is also possible to create native mobile dApps. Yan. So, ang front-end or web user interface, ang interface ng dApp ay gamit ang HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and other programming languages. Pero itong mostly tatlong ito ang madalas ginagamit sa pang-front-end ng decentralized application. So dito naman tayo sa data storage. Data storage can be handled the same in dApps as in other apps, with the extra ability to store information to the blockchain that is handy when wants to verifiably and permanently save actions or transactions. Storing and distributing significant static assets on a blockchain will be inefficient as the cost will be too high. This is why images, videos, and resources of the application's front-end web interface, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc. are generally not stored on the blockchain itself. Besides cloud databases and other decentralized solutions, data can be stored on P2P platforms such as Interplanetary File System (IPFS). P2P storage is an excellent alternative while maintaining a trusted environment for the dApp. So yun nga, ang data storage ng dApp ay syempre ang blockchain. Dahil nga ang mga resources itong mga to, tulad ng HTML, CSS, at JavaScript ay at other tulad ng images. Yun nga lang, hindi na-store ang images, videos, at ibang resources tulad ng sa front-end, tulad ng HTML, CSS, at JavaScript. Yun lamang ang hindi na-store sa blockchain. Only transactions and balances na lang ang na-store dito. Pero na-store naman itong mga to sa cloud databases at sa iba pang mga storage na ginagamit nila tulad ng P2P storage para sa trustless environment sa dApp. Check it for yourself with a block explorer. The Near blockchain is public, so anyone can query it to get any data stored in it. Everyone can query the blockchain through a Near client, but a dedicated interface is easier to use and is accessible by anyone regardless of whether they are running the Near software or not. Blockchain explorers are these interfaces can display blockchain data in a more user-friendly way and enhance the entries with off-chain data like current dollar of a token. So mamaya titingnan natin kung ano nga ba tong Near Blockchain Explorer na to, at tingin ko maayos-ayos to tulad ng mga iba't maayos at maganda rin to tulad ng ibang Blockchain Explorer. Exercise: to find the job offer on Decentra job. Visit the testnet explorer and search for the Decentra job, the testnet account. Here you see an overview of all transactions that happen on that account. Look for the latest transaction set up in job. Call by Museum Director Testnet and click the link that looks like something like G8XP5B6. This will display the details about the transaction, including all arguments that were used to call the function. Select the correct answer. So, ito yung sinasabi nilang ito yung pipiliin natin. Select all available jobs from Decentra Testnet. Account Manager, Senior, Full Stack Web3 Developer, Junior, NFT, Token Engineer, Junior, janitor senior, meme specialist senior. So, katulad nga last time, ikaw lamang ay magsasagot. At dahil nga, para fair sa lahat, hindi natin syempre sasabihin na sagot. Tulad na ng last time. So, usually, ika-guide ko lang kayo at bibigyan lang ng clue kung paano nyo i-explore ang Blockchain Explorer at para malaman nyo ang sagot para dito. Para lang magka-clue kayo. So, let's check the Blockchain Explorer. So, nandito tayo sa Blockchain Explorer. At katulad ng sabi kanina, pumunta tayo sa decentralized.testnet. Nasa testnet lang tayo. Ngayon, pero kung gusto nyo makita ang mga transactions sa near, maaari kayong pumunta sa mainnet at ilagay nyo lamang ang inyong mga wallet ID, account ID or ang inyong mga transaction hash or block height. Yan, pero sa testnet muna tayo. So, ano nga ba yun? Decentralized.testnet. So, let's search. So, dito nga, katulad nga nasabi, makikita nga natin lahat dito ang mga transaction at ang account balance nito mismo. So, sabi, pumunta tayo para sa sinasabing parang letters yon. At ito ngayon ang G8 XP5V6. Yun, hanapin natin dito yun. Kung saan man yon, pero nakikita natin dito ay ang B8AQKLB. So, tignan natin. Ito lamang nakikita natin, pero dito natin makikita kung anong jobs ang huling nag-transact. So, baka maaari may clue na kayo at sana masagutan nyo na maayos ito upang makamove forward na kayo sa next chapter, which is chapter 3. So, good luck sa lahat ng mga sasagot sa Near Academy. So, kung nagustuhan nyo itong video na to, syempre, share nyo na to sa mga kaibigan nyo. Syempre, leave a like na rin at mag-subscribe sa channel. Thank you sa mga supporters ng Near Protocol at ang aming guild, which is ang Near Protocol Philippines. Maraming salamat po and have a good day as always. Thank you.